ще не вмерла України, ні слава, ні воля.
Hi, it's Jonathan, and welcome to another episode of Trident. Today I'll conclude my chronicle of a pro-Ukraine rally held in San Diego on February 22nd, 2025, to commemorate the 3-year anniversary of the ongoing invasion of Ukraine. After all the songs and speeches concluded, we carried a 40-meter-long flag of Ukraine around Balboa Park. I also bought this hat I'm wearing, and the proceeds have gone to help the Ukrainian cause. In this video, I'll show you this flag walk, as well as the closing of the rally with the Ukrainian and American anthems. Now, let's begin with this video.
So now we are carrying the flag. Ми зараз носимо прапор, будь ласка, перейдіть туди через дорогу. Крек, дивіться на крека. Несемо прапор, переходимо, давайте пішли. Це дуже важливо. Дуже важливо, щоб нас всіх побачили.
I'd like this hat real quick.
Okay.
Let me get out my ATM card.
Guys, tomorrow, just a reminder, we have a 3rd anniversary event that's advertised on the House of Ukraine website and Shield of Freedom website. It's a commemoration of the war. It's a big concert with performances, speeches, poetry. It's going to be beautiful. And if you're worried about Ukraine, highly recommend to come. This is also a fundraiser. We are raising money for the vehicles for the front lines. And it's going to be at the La Mesa Community Center. If you buy your tickets today, there's still the discount. They will be more expensive tomorrow at the door. 5 to 8 tomorrow in La Mesa Community Center. We're also doing a blood drive. It's called Ukrainian American Blood Drive. And we're encouraging everybody, especially Ukrainians, to donate blood to save American lives. This is the best way to show our appreciation and gratefulness for all the help we got for the past 3 years. So we're doing that tomorrow as well, a blood drive in La Mesa Church. Ukrainian church, we're donating blood. You can also donate at San Diego Blood Bank any day, any week, any time, and any location. Just use the code UKRN, and it's San Diego Blood Bank. And the last event I would like to invite you to is a prayer service. Prayer service is on Monday, the 24th, actual 3rd anniversary, here on the same spot in the evening after work, 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. We're going to have a candlelight vigil for all the Ukrainians and Americans who lost their lives. 6:30. 6:30. Thank you, Mike. 6:30. So 3 more events to commemorate the horrible 3 years of this war. But thank you for being with us.
Check $30.
Okay.
That's for Jonathan.
Jonathan, what are you buying?
It's yours.
Aha!
What you buying? Hold on, is this
Mike,
one of this?
it's all yours, please.
Oh.
Боже, в мене ще й сяде зараз цей.
У мене теж я лайвстрімінг маю робити.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the park, Plaza de Panama of Balboa Park. Right now, we're going to be marching around the park. You can see it over here on the side. It's a 40-meter-long flag of Ukraine. It's 133 feet.
Is it
And we're going to be marching down to the other side of the park and then coming back. And anybody who appreciates Ukraine and supports Ukraine,
No receipt, or do you need receipt?
to join
Yes,
us
receipt. Huh?
in marching with us around the park
Here's your
with
hat.
the 40-meter
And we have to
flag.
chase the flag.
As we're heading out right now.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Не чую. Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. Пішли, пішли, let's go.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
Stand with Ukraine.
Stand with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
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 Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
Putin is a nuclear terrorist. Putin is a war criminal. Putin is a war criminal.
Support Ukraine, support democracy.
Support democracy.
Support Ukraine, support freedom.
Support Ukraine. Support freedom.
Support Ukraine, support democracy.
Support Ukraine. Support democracy.
Support Ukraine, support freedom.
Support Ukraine. Support freedom. Victory.
What do we want?
Victory. Now.
What do we want?
Victory.
What do we want?
Victory.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Victory.
When do we want it?
Now.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stand
with Ukraine. Come on, Corey, guys. Stand with Ukraine. Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. Thank you. If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks. Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. Thank you, USA, for standing with
Putin, stop the war.
I want to stop Putin. Stop Putin. Stop the war.
Genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians. Putin is a war criminal. Putin is a war criminal. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
Is a nuclear terrorist.
Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
No negotiation with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiation with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists. Putin is a war criminal. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
What do we want?
Victory.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Victory.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Victory.
When do we want it?
Now.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Defend Ukraine. Defend democracy.
Defend Ukraine. Defend democracy.
Defend Ukraine. Defend democracy.
Defend Ukraine. Defend democracy.
Defend Ukraine. Defend freedom.
Defend Ukraine. Defend freedom.
Defend Ukraine. Defend freedom.
Defend Ukraine. Defend freedom.
Putin is a war criminal.
Putin is a war criminal.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
Stop Putin, stop the war.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks. Stop genocide of Ukrainians. Stop genocide of Ukrainians. Defend Ukraine, defend democracy. Defend Ukraine, defend freedom. Defend Ukraine, defend democracy. Defend Ukraine, defend freedom. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine. Russia is a terrorist state. Russia is a terrorist state. No negotiations with terrorists. No negotiations with terrorists.
Russia is a terrorist state.
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 Putin is a nuclear terrorist.
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 No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiation with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
Defend Ukraine, defend democracy.
Defend Ukraine, defend democracy. Defend Ukraine, defend freedom. Defend Ukraine, defend democracy. Stand with Ukraine. Stand with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
If you think that Putin sucks,
Give Ukraine. If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks. Victory! Now! Victory! Now! I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
I
I have a dream.
Ukraine will win.
Ukraine will win.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians.
Stop genocide of Ukrainians. Stop genocide of Ukrainians. Stop Russian propaganda.
Stop Russian propaganda.
Stop Russian propaganda.
Russia is a terrorist state.
Russia is a terrorist state. Stop Russian propaganda. Russia is a terrorist state. No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists.
No negotiations with terrorists. Stop hating. Stop the war. Stand with Ukraine.
Thank you, USA, for standing with
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine. Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
Give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war. Stop Putin, stop the war. Russia is a terrorist state. No negotiations of terrorists. Heroyam Slava. Heroyam Slava. Heroyam Slava.
Everybody needs to understand, especially Donald Trump and his people in Washington and now in Kiev, they need to understand that Putin does not care about anything except getting what he wants. And that's what he will always care about. He will never respect any free speech. He will never honor it. Ever. Everything with him is a calculation.
Heroyam Slava.
Everything with him is about how can I get over and get what I want.
You want to wheel it over to the back to the other side? I thought you might.
The point is, he wants to take over all of these countries, not by conquest, and by turning governments of all these countries in Europe into a pro-Russian regime that he can control, as they will be his acolytes or puppets, and they will answer to him. Just like the FSB answers to him, just like the Russian military answers to him, and especially the Russian mafia, because Vladimir Putin is in the Russian mafia. Okay, the man cares about everything that allows him to get what he wants. Nothing matters to him. He's willing to slaughter not only Ukrainian civilians, but his own people. He doesn't care. Donald Trump, you cannot negotiate a peace treaty with Vladimir Putin. He cannot be honored, or he will not honor, any peace treaty, and he cannot be trusted to follow the mandates of any peace treaty, except in any way that he can manipulate the intended purpose of the different, revisions to the treaty. That's what he's good at. Manipulating people, manipulating situations, manipulating governments. That's what he does. So everybody, please understand, you cannot have a peace treaty. Ukraine must be allowed to force the Russian military out of the occupied Ukrainian territory so that Ukraine can join NATO. Thank you for listening. God bless Ukraine. God bless the United States of America. And Slava Ukraini, Heroyam Slava.
Heroyam Slava.
Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes.
Glory to the heroes.
All right, we start from Ukrainian anthem, followed by American anthem. Ще не вмерла України, ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануєм ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Слава Україні! Слава Україні! Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to heroes!
Glory to Ukraine!
Glory to heroes!
And now American anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what a proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bow stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the muzzles singing here, gave proof to the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America!
God bless America.
God bless America!
God bless America.
Thank you, USA, for standing with Ukraine.
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 If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
If you think that Putin sucks, give Ukraine a couple bucks.
Stand with Ukraine, guys. Call your representative. Ask them to support Ukraine, to stand with Ukraine. It's very, very necessary. Please call your representative. Thank you very much. Дякуємо всім.
And now you have seen the whole of the House of Ukraine and Shield of Freedom's rally on February 22nd, 2025. Overall, I enjoyed my time at the rally. I, alongside dozens of Americans and Ukrainians, got to come together to show our support for Ukraine. As I mentioned before, I even got this hat which I've been wearing outside almost every day since. And as an added bonus, the proceeds from me buying this have since gone to Ukraine. Thus, it may very well be that this hat, and many others like it, helped to save a life in Ukraine. Also, I have since gone to another pro-Ukraine rally, held by the same groups at the same place on March 30th. So stay tuned for that. For now, I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you did, subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for future episodes of this series. For now, I'm Jonathan Lombardi, and this has been Trident. I'll see you in the next video.
Ще не вмерла України ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші воріченьки, як роса на сонці.